Hello everyone! Happy Monday and welcome to Pretty Peacock's Nursery. This is Amy and I have someone to introduce to you. This is my latest addition to my nursery. This is Bethany. She is the Levi Sculpt by Bonnie Brown. And this is Felicity. Felicity's just joining us for the video. I am, yes, in bed because I did have my back surgery, and while I feel like I'm getting better, I still have a lot of back pain, so I do spend a lot of time with my little pillow behind my back, sitting down in bed because I'm not allowed to bend, and if I get up and start moving around, then I tend to want to bend and do things that I shouldn't do. So, anyway, back to the topic at hand. This is Bethany, and Bethany, I had two different Levi Sculpts, a first edition and a second edition before her, and got rid of both of them. They both had rooted hair, and I didn't like it. I felt like it was constantly messed up, and I didn't like it. So I sold them both. I really kind of regret it in a way because I love the Levi Sculpt. I have come to, over my year and a half now of collecting reborns, I have come to really, really admire and love the Levi Sculpt. Now, that being the case, this little girl was very, very inexpensive indeed because she does have some flaws. She's painted very beautifully. There's no problems with her painting. I wanted one with painted hair. She has painted hair and it's done well. Her coloring, I think, as well. Someone did put holes in her ears, so she has earrings. The lady I bought her from had said, do you want the doll to come as a boy or a girl? And I said I would like the doll to come as a girl because if there's already holes in the ears, then I want to keep earrings in it and I want it to be a girl. I don't want to have a little boy with holes in its ears. So that was the first thing that whoever had her to begin with, did to her. And the lady I bought her from is not the artist, and she's not even the first person who had her. Now, she has a pacifier in her mouth, as you can see. Most reborns do take magnetic pacifiers. This, however, is a real pacifier, and that is the second and major flaw of this doll. And I would never have bought this doll had it not been so very, very inexpensive. Because someone, not the lady I bought her from, but the person, I guess, before her, decided to cut the mouth open on this doll. Granted, they didn't do a horrible job of it. I mean, if you're going to ruin a doll by cutting its mouth open so that it can accept a real pacifier, they could have done a much worse job. But I think part of the charm of this doll is its mouth and the lip that, comes over the bottom lip, the upper lip coming over the bottom lip. I think that's just part of the charm of this doll. And I feel like I have to keep a pacifier in its mouth so that it looks normal. Now, I can take the pacifier out, and if I have her turned a certain way, you don't even see that there's a cut there. But, if I have her straight, so if I move her, and I have her straight like this, and I'm looking straight on at her, and I take that pacifier out, you can see where the cut was. I did not do a box opening for her because I knew when I was getting her that the mouth was cut open. I knew by the pictures that were posted of her that it didn't look like the mouth had been cut open. But nevertheless, I knew it was, and I didn't know. I mean, judging by the pictures, she sent pictures of it, and, I could see it. but I didn't know exactly how it was going to look once I got the doll in my arms. So I decided that I would not do a box opening of her because I didn't know what it was going to look like once I took that diaper head off. And I did not want to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so much more disappointed. Even though I didn't pay much for her, I didn't want to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so disappointed. And that show in my voice while I was doing the video. So I waited and got her all opened up and got her all together, got her named, and just absolutely then decided I would introduce her to my nursery. Even with her flaws, I don't think I'll get rid of her anytime soon unless I find a Levi out there that is in perfect condition that I can buy. That is the only way. Because I just love this sculpt that much that I'm willing to deal with her being a pacifier in her mouth all the time. This sculpt is so cuddly. And you know what is funny? And I wish I had it with me right this minute. I was going through, because my mother-in-law passed away. And I was going through pictures yesterday that we had brought back with us from Tennessee. And there was a picture that she had of my oldest son when he was born in the hospital. And oh my word, he was the same position she's in. The legs were curled up exactly the same as this sculpt's legs are curled up. His toes on my son were curled up just the way the toes are curled up on this sculpt. I just have, and that's not why I've fallen in love with this sculpt. I've loved this sculpt anyway because it's just such a cuddly sculpt. It's just easy to cuddle up in your arms, and I don't care, how well it's made or not made. It just cuddles so well. But when I saw that picture, I was like, oh my goodness. I took it over and I showed it to my husband and my son, and I was like, look at this. Do you see any similarities? And of course, being men, they were like, oh, whatever, And I was like, look at the legs on this doll and look at the legs on Drew in this baby picture. Because in the baby picture, Drew just had like a shirt on and a diaper. And both of them were like, oh my gosh, that looks like the sculpt. It looks like they took the picture of my son and did the sculpt after the picture of my son. I was like, oh my word. So I thought that was a pretty neat find. Even though this doll was not done after the picture of, any certain baby, especially my baby, but I thought it was just really neat, and I really wish that I had that picture up here with me right now so that I could sit it beside the doll and you could see my son's legs all curled up, look just like this doll's legs all curled up. It was just so uncanny. It was just really, really neat. So, but here she is, and she is a joy, and I have named her Bethany, and I absolutely adore her. She's weighted amazingly. I mean, she's just, not only does she curl up in your arms, but the weight of her is just amazing. I absolutely love this baby. Love, love, love. Even with her, and I would show you the flaw in her mouth, but it's just so hard. Not hard, but it's just, you have to really twist the pacifier to get it in there. And I don't want to damage her any further than she's already been damaged by the person who decided to cut her mouth open. But whoever decided to do that, I don't know what they were thinking, because like I said, part of the charm of this sculpt is just having that cute little mouth. But there's so many other parts of this sculpt that are beautiful as well. So I love her. That's what matters. And I love the Levi Sculpt, and I will not be getting rid of her unless, for some reason, I find a Levi Sculpt that is like absolutely perfect in every way for me, and I can afford it. And right now, with everything that has happened here recently, I cannot afford another doll. So I'm just kind of course, I say that, and I've said that so many times, I feel like. And then next thing you know, I turn around and I have another doll coming into my nursery. And just like, okay, my Sienna Sculpt that I just recently got, I've only had the Sienna Sculpt for a week and a half. Yeah, for like a week and a half. And then I got her last Wednesday. So I haven't even had her for a week yet. So that's 2 babies added to my nursery in 2 weeks' time. So, but she's such a cutie. I mean, she's just absolutely adorable. Oh, there's a little stain on her shirt. Well, that's not good. I may have to change her clothes. I didn't realize there was a stain there. But she's an adorable little one. I wasn't going to change her clothes today, you know, for the video, because I don't have my, as you can probably tell, I do not have my phone on a tripod right now. So I'm videoing this just by hand. So you've probably seen me go over to the side a little bit and whatnot. But this is her. So she says hello. And I will go ahead and sign off for now. And oh, and by the way, the doll that I got right before her, the Sienna Sculpt by Bountiful Baby, I did decide to name her. Her name is Lorelei. And I'll have to get her and do a video of her and just do like a name reveal video. Even though I've said it in this video, it's hard to put, you know, the name with the actual doll until you actually are looking at the doll who's named, you know, Lorelei. This is not Lorelei. This is little Bethany. And I think it fits her well. So I'm going to head off now and, you know, start getting some things done. And as much as I can, because, you know, with my back, it only allows me to do certain things. So, anyhow, I hope everyone has a great Monday, and if you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Goodbye, everyone.